G'day and welcome to another Pokemon Go video, and if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below. Otherwise, we're going to jump straight into some PvP, and as you can see, we've got the Ultra League and Willpower Cup. So we're going to jump straight into Willpower Cup, and the team I'm running is fairly similar to my previous one, and I'll link to that video now if you want to check that out as well. But it's Medicham on the lead with Counter, Power Up Punch, and Ice Punch, and then I've swapped in Drapion with Poison Sting, Crunch, and Sludge Bomb. So swap that in from Zweilous, because it's obviously going to have a little bit more play against the Charmers and anything fairy. So finally, I've got Mandibuzz, which has Air Slash, Foul Play, and Aerial Ace. So sort of fairly meta team, nothing too out there. Drapion's probably a little bit different, but everybody's running Poison Dark, so Drapion's a lot of places as well. So let's jump in, see how we go. Hopefully we can get some good matches and get some wins on the board. So what we want to see with Medicham is pure dark types would be nice. So Umbreon, Lipard's not bad, although it's going to be running Charm, so it is going to tear me a new one, but that's fine. So yeah, this is not ideal either, because obviously it's going to be... So I think I'm going to let this go. And it is the Leaf Blade, so it's not going to do a huge amount of damage, which is good. And we'll... so they're running double Charm, which is not ideal, so it'll be interesting to see what is in the back. And I've just let that go, so that's fine. And will I be able to... Yes, I'm able to farm that down. The question is, will they bring out Lipard to charm me down? And I'm able to get to the Sludge Bomb. So this is really good, but you're doing a nice bit of chip damage here. I don't suspect that they shield this up. Yeah, they don't. So that's fine. And then I'll come in and look to farm down. And they weren't able to get a charge move off, which is perfect. So here... They're running Charm again. Yeah, so that's not ideal, but fine. The question is, I'm not going to get to another power-up punch, so I might as well just let it go. And then, yeah, try it, see if I can... Ooh, so this is going to be interesting. I will be able to shield it all up. But the question remains, do I have enough health? Because, well, I mean, Mandibuzz is a thick Pokemon, but it just does no damage. So let's throw this Aerial Ace, and unfortunately they get a full extra charm through, so very bad timing on throwing that charge move, but that's fine. Aerial Ace comes through, and there's their shield, and can I get to... So I'll be able to get to another one, so I'll be able to shield this up. So the question was that CMP, or did they get there just before I was able to? And I'm hoping it was CMP. It was CMP. That's absolutely brilliant, because I'm not sure. Charm just charges no energy, so going to be able to throw the Aerial Ace, and oh, so not quite enough, but there you go, able to take it down. So that is exactly what I mean. Yeah, Mandibuzz just does absolutely no damage. So triple charm team, and managed to get the win. In my old team, I would have had no chance of that. So thankfully, I'm able to get the win, and we'll jump into the next one. And hopefully we can get another win on the board. So that's not a good team for me to verse. I really don't like the triple charmers, but was able to somehow sneak a win in there. So let's see what we get for this second one. Hopefully we get something a little bit nicer for me. A Raichu is going to be okay. So that was the wrong move. Again, I just went straight for the Mandibuzz because I didn't want to have the Mandibuzz matched up. Oh, and it's a play rough. That's going to absolutely, yeah, that does a lot of damage there. And then I think the next, what do I do now? So I save shields. I come in and I farm down with my Drapion here, if they don't, yeah, so they are going to throw energy. This one's just going to be a body slam, which is fine. I'll come in with my Drapion and I will be looking to farm down. So we'll see what they want to do now. So this is 100% what I should have come in with before, but that's fine. Expect the body slam to come through and we'll see how much damage that body slam does. So body slam, oof, does do a little bit. So I think what I'll do is probably shield up the next one. And they're swapping out, so that's fine. I'm going to throw a crunch here, and then probably throw another one, why not? And then I'm going to swap in with my oh, and they're going to let that go. That's fine. I was going to then swap in with my, and they've not in for long, so I'm actually going to just get in there as quickly as possible and start throwing these moves. And the reason for that is because their switch clock is not up, and this is going to be doing huge amounts of damage. So, and they know it. I was able to get in quickly enough, and yeah, really put the hurt on Tyranitar. Tyranitar does not want to see a fighter, so thankfully I'm able to swap that in and take the win very nicely in the end. And when you've just got to be aware, so obviously my switch clock wasn't up, theirs was, so perfect time to just swap straight in and get as much damage as possible and instantly throw that power up punch to start boosting that damage. So Rapidash on the lead is bad. So I'm going to actually swap into my Mandibuzz here. My Mandibuzz does not too well in this matchup, but that's fine. I'm going to no-shield this first one. I would suspect it is going to be the play rough, which it is, and that just does so much damage, but that's fine. And they come out with their own, well, with their Umbreon. So that works out all right for me. I'm going to be able to throw a few of the aerial aces and do a little bit of chip damage. They're going to charge up a lot of energy here, though, because I don't think that they're going to throw. And oof, I think we got a CMP tie there, which is perfect. Obviously, I am not going to be shielding this up. I'm just going to let it go. And then I'm going to come in and farm down with the Medicham. And so how I knew it was a CMP tie is because a fast move didn't sneak through. It's a last resort. Okay, so I'm just going to instantly come in with my Medicham here. I'm going to let this one go. Hopefully, it's not another last resort. I don't know that they'll be able to to do it that quickly, so that's fine. So just going to throw the power up punch here, get a little bit of extra damage, and I don't suspect that they'll shield this. And the question is, do they get to another one? They do, unfortunately, but that's fine. Gonna let this go as well, and we're gonna put it all on the Drapion. So do expect them to come back in with the Rapidash, which they have, and I need to start grabbing some shields here. If they don't shield this up, I'm in trouble. If they do, I'm okay. Okay, so I might be okay. So the question here is, I'm just going to let this go. Let it go, and let's see if Drapion can get the win. I'm going to let this first one go as well, even if it is the, yeah, so it's just a body slam, so that's fine. Let's see what comes out. So going to just throw straight into the crunch here. Crunch isn't going to do too much damage, but because it's going to be, oof, they've shielded that up, so that's fine. Because it's neutral damage, fairy typing and psychic typing, it's actually not so bad. So body slam comes through and they're not swapping out, so this is really interesting here. So I'm going to just try and so I'm just trying to figure out what is the best play. So I'm going to crunch first and see how much damage that does. That doesn't do too much damage, but they did get the defense fall, so that is spectacular for me. So they've thrown their crunch now. which means I can get to another. Oof, maybe I should have just thrown the. Yeah, so 100% should have now been throwing the sludge bomb, because I'm not going to get to 2 crunches before they get to a second one, and they win CMP, which is really unfortunate for me. Yeah, it would have been good to be able to. Yeah, not so good. I'm just thinking of how I could have played that differently. I don't know. I think with having the Galarian Rapidash on the lead, it just puts me in a really rough spot. I guess there, oof, I could have. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the play was. And this is actually all right for me. So here, so they're gonna go for their own, and I'm actually going to throw the Ice Beam and then swap into my Drapion here, because my Drapion doesn't have a terrible matchup against this, so I'm not going to shield this first one. Gotta love the shiny too, by the way, and Aerial Ace just doesn't do too much damage. So I'm just going to throw the Sludge Bomb. We'll see if they want to shield. People normally won't shield a Mandibuzz. They'll think it's Aqua Tail, so it will be doing a bunch more damage than they're expecting, which it does. Here, I'm going to be able to no shield this as well. This is going to put us really close. Aerial Ace comes through, and so if they decide to win switch advantage here, they will be in a good place, but we'll see. If they do decide to win switch advantage here, that's also fine, because it just does mean that I can come in and farm down with my own Mandibuzz and have a bunch of energy here, because they're not going to be able to, well, threaten me with their own, because obviously it's just so defense weighted. They're not going to be doing super effective damage, and it's just the Aerial Ace that's going to be able to do any damage. And let's see what comes out. So they've got a Quillfish. Okay, so I guess I need to a Hisuian Quillfish. I need to be throwing the And I think here what I want to do is shield this up. It's just an Aqua Tail. That's unfortunate for me. Now we'll see if they want to invest a shield as well. If they do, happy days, because then I can come in with yeah. So I'm going to let this go now, and I'll be able to come in with my. And it is just the Aqua Tail, so that shouldn't be KOing either. So I'll might as well throw the move here, the Aerial Ace, and then I'll come in with my. I think I am going to shield this one up, because I still think it's a Mud Bomb. It is, yeah, but that's fine, because I will be able to fully farm down now, and then instantly throw onto. Oof, okay, so Hisuian Quillfish wins CMP. I was not aware of that, but that's fine. Aqua Tail won't be doing enough to KO, and because it is not a water type, it's a dark, another one of the dark poisons. The Ice Punch is going to be doing neutral damage, and that's going to be more than enough to KO. So able to take the game. One more to go. Let's jump in and see what we get. Hopefully we can get another decent matchup here. So far so good. I don't know whether what I've been. There's some improvements to be made, particularly around swapping. Ooh, so I'm actually going to swap in my. Yeah. So the question is, did I go for the flying or did I go for the dark? So I think here I should be going for um, the foul play, just because it is going to do slightly more damage. And I think here, because I know that they've got a oof, and that was a bad shield. Because I know that they've got a charmer, they've potentially got double charm, and I might as well throw up a shield. I was hoping for the bigger hitting move there, but obviously it wasn't. And they've double shielded this, so that's fine. And so now I will have to let this go, which is fine, and do expect to see the big hitting move here. The problem is, so for them, Gallade is just so very squishy that yeah, it's going to have trouble surviving any moves. So I'm going to come in with my Drapion here, and I'm going to have to look to farm this all the way down. No shield here, even if it is the so the Mega Horn is going to be doing a lot of damage, as you can see, but that's fine. And they're trying to come in and snipe here, so instead I'm going to throw the sludge bomb here. And we'll take it out. And able to get to a crunch, which is huge, absolutely huge. So unfortunately, they're not running the double charm. I'm going to have to let the first one go. They will get to a second one. I'm going to have to hope that they don't catch. Oh, and it's a return. Okay, was not expecting a return to come through. So fortunately, they were not able to catch there, so that's good, which does mean that I'm going to be able to get the ice punch off, which is doing enough. And then they've got very little health on their Galarian Rapidash, so I'm going to be able to farm it down. They were going to have to throw energy, but they double body slammed my Mandibuzz, so happy days, and they threw the Mega Horn on the Drapion, so they were pretty much pretty sure they were energy dry, but you never do know. So able to go 4-1 and okay, Miltank as my reward. So even though it must, okay, fine. Miltank, being the raid day, Miltank is going to be your first reward. However, it wasn't listed as a question mark, so really good that I'm actually able to get that. And there's an increased chance of a shiny, so hopefully by the time you see this, the day may be over for you already. And there's another Miltank. But hopefully you got lucky and got yourself a blue cow, because they do look awfully, awfully cool. So hopefully you were able to get lucky and complete some sets and get some encounters. But with that being said, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below. And thank you very much for watching. Hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.